Scammers have long taken a liking to social media for carrying out their attacks. They may be targeting you directly, and their goal is to manipulate you, gain access to your account, or make you do something, such as transferring money, launching a video, clicking on a link, and so on. Alternatively, you may only be of interest to them as a means to an end. As an intermediary, and through you, the perpetrators target your loved ones, possibly high-ranking colleagues. But the scenarios will always be roughly the same. For example, how I was targeted at one social network, Facebook in Russia. A girl contacted me and said that she worked at the same company as I did. She introduced herself as an engineer, and for the company, it was quite a normal story. But, unfortunately, professional deformation prevents me from connecting people around my contacts at first request, so I started to check who this person is. It turned out that on another social network, namely LinkedIn, which same girl was also posing as an employee of my company, but this time not as an engineer, but as a human resources employee located in another city and even in another country. It is physically impossible to be an engineer and an employee in the HR department, while simultaneously being in one city and the other in two different countries. Therefore, by easily investigating who this person is through their photograph, it turned out to be very easy to find out that this is Ilse, also known as Yona, Svetlana, Ludmila, Galina, and Karina. That is, this person had 5 identities on the social network VKontakte alone. Accordingly, there are different personas on Facebook, different ones on LinkedIn, and possibly different ones on other social networks. That is, this is clearly a fraudulent account, which could be operated by either a bot or a completely real person. In this case, it was most likely a real person, because this account continues to live and exist, and it regularly changes something. When we include someone in our circle of communication, we start to trust them more. And if later we receive some personal message from this acquaintance, in quotes, asking for help, to click on a link, open an attachment, and so on, we are more likely to do it. This is precisely the task of scammers, who automate the creation of bots on social networks and then try to have these bots establish friendly relationships with us. Well, if we look at the statistics, we will see that starting from around 2018, Facebook, unlike other social networks for which I haven't seen such statistics, blocks approximately 500 million fake accounts every quarter. Note that 500 million fake accounts per year. Now this figure has increased to approximately 500 million in one quarter. 2 billion accounts are blocked each year on Facebook. There are approximately 8 billion inhabitants in the world, and 2 billion accounts are blocked each year. This indicates the scale and number of fake accounts that are being created on social media today to attack us, and the attacks can vary greatly. I conducted a special experiment recording all the phishing messages that were posted on one of the social networks. Note that in just 1 month, I received approximately around 100 or so phishing messages that urge me to click on links, as they offer money, some payouts, high-yield investments, and so on and so forth. As Facebook was blocked in Russia, the exact same messages with the same photos or videos migrated to VKontakte. That is, while previously the majority of fraud occurred on Facebook, now the lion's share of fraud takes place on VKontakte. Well, for obvious reasons. At the same time, the messages themselves, the images themselves, and the links remained unchanged. In other words, the criminals do not bother changing their method of attack. They have only changed the social network. So yes, indeed, social media is a very powerful tool for attacking you. So what recommendations can be given to protect your social network, your social media account, VKontakte, Yandex, YouTube, and so on from scammers? Firstly, make use of the recommendations provided by the Social Networks Administration, as most of them have dedicated pages on safety and privacy. Secondly, choose the right passwords, and we will talk more about Using the right passwords, enable two-factor authentication. Today, any more or less popular social network offers such a tool. This will allow you, even in the case of a password theft or leak, to protect your account because the attackers will not be able to access it without the second factor, which we will also discuss separately. Finally, limit the circle of people who have access to your page, your account, and do not share unnecessary information. I understand that few people will follow this advice, as social networks are generally created to share as much information about oneself as possible. But as much as possible, try not to post anything that could be used against you. Almost all information, in one way or another, can be exploited by malicious actors. You mentioned that you are going on holiday, and then you might receive a message from someone pretending to be your friend on social media, saying, "Do you remember, we holidayed together at such and such hotel?" You will be surprised at how the person knows this, that you were on holiday with him and that he was at that hotel, and he took advantage of the information that you yourself published. You might simply post a photo on social media without any comments, but from the metadata of that photo, one can easily extract the location where it was taken, down to specific coordinates, identify the hotel where you were staying, and again exploit a supposed prior acquaintance, leading you to trust requests and messages from that person much more. Moreover, if you share any contact details on your page, you can expect to receive phishing attempts directed at you via your phone number, email, Telegram contact, and so on, targeting the contact information that you have published online yourself. Therefore, make use of these recommendations and also visit the official pages of social networks that are dedicated to issues of your personal cyber safety and setting your privacy in social media.